One of the funnest things we can do as ham radio operators is talk from our vehicles on certain frequencies while on road trips and while just tooling around town in your vehicle. Today's episode, day 3, is about FM Simplex work. I've got a challenge I want to issue to everybody who has a ham radio operator's license, perhaps either has a radio in your vehicle or doesn't, and I'm going to say you should put one in. So thank you for watching, and let's get started. All right, day 3. Day 3 of 30 Days of Ham Radios supporting the ARRL Teachers Institute. Yesterday we did All-Star, and that was a fun time. I hope that you guys will join me on All-Star. 43136 is my hub node, and it is fairly active. I usually have between 20 and 30 stations connected at all times. We might get on there and do some more work today. Originally I said we were going to do a different activity in ham radio every day, and that's exactly what we're going to do. However, nothing says I can only do one activity a day. So you might see in upcoming videos some repeats of activities I've already done, but on a different day and in addition to the new activity for that day. Today we're going to do some driving around. We're going to do some Simplex. We're going to do some Simplex work. FM Simplex from your home base station or from your vehicle can be very, very fun, very enjoyable. Somebody just keyed up the All-Star node right there. It can be a fun activity to pass time on a road trip, or it can be a fun way to communicate with stations in your area. Down here on the Gulf Coast of Galveston, there is a group on a specific FM Simplex frequency, and then of course you've always got people hanging out on 6.52. 146.520 is the national calling frequency for 2-meter FM Simplex. There's a frequency down here that is 145.520, and some people hang out down there and talk on Simplex. I was listening to those guys when we drove into the area just a few days ago. So we're going to see if we can do some Simplex work from driving across the island today. But first I want to issue a challenge to you guys. I take road trips a lot. I did a road trip just this year. I've done road trips to Huntsville, Alabama, Dayton, Ohio, Big Bend, been to Colorado twice, Orlando, Florida for Hamcation in February, and some various road trips, back and forth to Galveston, which is only a 5-hour trip, but still counts as a road trip. Done that a couple of times this year. And generally speaking, I don't hear much activity on FM Simplex. So here's the challenge, okay? Here's the request. Use 146.52 from your vehicle when you are on a road trip. Realistically, do it every day. Have a base station set up at the house, turn on 146.52, have a tall antenna up, as high up as you can get it is best. If you live in an HOA, put it in your attic. Or get an Ed Fong J-pole antenna that goes inside of a PVC pipe and doesn't look like an antenna. You can hang it on the outside and say, oh, that's part of the plumbing. I don't know. There's ways around it. Turn on 146.52, the FM Simplex calling frequency on the 2-meter band, and monitor that and throw your call sign out every now and then when on road trips. Dude, if we could get people to start doing that, can you think about the amount of activity we can get on 2-meter FM Simplex? This should be a challenge for everyone. Every ham radio operator should have a mobile radio in their vehicle with 2-meter FM Simplex monitoring while they're on road trips. Heck, if all you do is drive around town, still monitor it there as well. But I sure would like to see a lot more FM Simplex activity on that frequency just to light up the band and get communications more open and have it be more active than what it has been. It used to be really active. And in some areas it still is active. I can tell you right now, Huntsville, Alabama has a great group of guys that hangs out on 146.52. The Phoenix, Arizona area, I was driving through there 2 or 3 years ago, monitoring it on a road trip like I tend to do. And Phoenix, Arizona had a bunch of people talking on it. I talked to 2 or 3 guys out there. There's probably more areas than that. Those are just the ones I've experienced in the last few years. Let's try to get more activity on 146.52, especially on road trips, so that we can make 2-meter FM Simplex more popular and more useful for all of us. You may not be able to see it out there, but that guy is attaching a drone to his fishing line. He's right there on the beach controlling the drone. He attaches his fishing line to the drone with a large piece of bait and flies it out into the ocean, drops it, and he's fishing for sharks. I just talked to him a minute ago. That is a genius idea. I've got to do that. I've so got to do that. That's an awesome idea. KC5HWB on Simplex monitoring. Have not been able to raise anyone yet. This is what I'm talking about. And this frequency is actually quite active around the Galveston, Texas City, League City, Lamarck, Baytown areas. This frequency is usually pretty active, so it kind of surprises me that there's nobody. I've called out, I don't know, half a dozen times over the last. Well, I was driving down the road and I called out several times. Then my wife texted me, wanted to go to lunch, so I went to lunch. I came back about 10 minutes ago and I called out again, still nothing. This is what I'm talking about. We need to get back on to Simplex, guys. We need to monitor Simplex. 146.52, which I've got that up here on the other radio right now also. And I've got the local Simplex frequency on one radio and the 6.52 on the other radio. Let me try that one real quick. KC5HWB monitoring on 146.52 Simplex. But we need to start using Simplex more often. I would like to see a lot of Simplex activity being used, like I said, on road trips, but also just in general, driving, especially in like metropolitan areas. I mean, there's an argument to be made for both sides. Metropolitan areas, there's more people, so presumably there's more ham radio operators. But in more rural and out in the sticks areas, you might not have cell coverage, as it may not be as well covered out there as what it is in a metropolitan area. And there's less buildings, less obstructions, and your signal will probably go farther. So, it's good in both areas. It's good in the Metroplex because there's potentially more people monitoring or more people who can monitor. And it's good in rural areas because in some areas, if you're far enough out, it might be your only form of communication at all. And it's just kind of something that is nice to pass the time on the highway. KC5HWB on Simplex. Anyone monitoring? The topic of this series is that I did ham radio for 30 days. I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one that's doing it. Nobody else is participating. I don't know. We did POTA on the first day, and we did All-Star yesterday, and had really good participation in both of those. I actually did POTA yesterday also. I didn't put that on video, but after my All-Star video recordings were done, I went back to the park yesterday and made some more Parks on the Air contacts because the band has been really nice this week. Thought about doing that today. I'm probably not going to do that today. But tomorrow we're going to be out doing a QSO party. So stay tuned for tomorrow. Which QSO party am I going to do tomorrow? What is a QSO party? Tune in tomorrow and find out. KC5HWB 6.52 Simplex. Sounds like there might be somebody kind of way out there. Sorta, kinda heard a voice in the background. Couldn't make it out. Too much static. Too far away from me. Okay, there's somebody talking. I heard a voice. I couldn't pull him out, but I think I'm getting closer to him. Sounds like he's talking to somebody else. Which is good. KC5HWB, can you guys copy me?
Oh yeah, no problem. Head from Galveston toward where?
Okay, good deal. Yeah, I'm headed northbound right now on I-45 and been listening to you guys for a few minutes, but you're starting to get really clear now.
Yeah, well, I'm on a beam that leads north, so when you were going
Gotcha. Okay, well, good to know. I'm glad that somebody was able to hear me, but yeah, you're coming in well now.
Okay, good deal. Where are you heading to?
I'm actually just trying to demonstrate how Simplex works. So I'm not really going anywhere right now. I'm just driving around trying to talk on the radio.
Oh, all right. Yeah, the bad thing is it's been a real quiet morning. HF is open, and I think everybody's either at work or working HF right now.
I don't blame them for working HF. I was at the park yesterday and the day before, and 20 Mirrors was actually quite open. Low noise floor, and a lot of stations out there made a lot of really good parks on the air contact. So I should probably be there right now, but I'm not. So successful Simplex operation. I was getting worried there for a minute because I couldn't reach anyone while I was on the island. And as I was driving up northbound Interstate 45, I was getting closer to Houston. It was about Texas City. If you know where the Buc-ee's is in Texas City, that's about the place where I started to get good reception. I kind of heard the voices break in before that, but I was about to get, I started getting good reception and was able to talk to those guys right around Texas City area. So that's it. Simplex operation from a vehicle. Again, I want to reiterate, this is something we should all be doing. We should all take it upon ourselves to turn the radio on and use the radio on 146.52 when we're driving. Anytime we're driving, especially on road trips, but anytime we're driving, we should totally do that. Special shout out to the first donation we got. We are doing this effort to benefit ARRL Teachers Institute. We got a $25 donation today. That was the first donation we got. Go to ARRL.org/30 days. And we're trying to raise $30,000 over the next 30 days. This is day 3, so we got 27 days left to go. $25, hey, it's a starting point. And this series even hasn't officially launched yet because I haven't posted any of the videos yet because I want to get 4 or 5 videos in the queue before day 1 actually posted. So at the time of this recording, none of you have seen any of these videos yet. So check the link in the description below. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the efforts. And we will see you tomorrow for day 4.